is someone that writes awesome books, and he was also a stockbroker in The Way of the Wolf. And anybody's seen Wolf on Wall Street? Raise your hand.
The Way of the Wolf.
Raise your hand if you're reading The Way of the Wolf right now.
Go on, say.
Okay, so The Way of the Wolf is just something called the straight line theory, and all it is to break down sales into a very structured, very strategical thing. Okay, so with that being said, The Way of the Wolf is a very powerful book. It made me realize why sales were so important, and made me realize that everything was sales. Yeah. Right? I was talking to somebody in an interview today, and they're like, Danny, like, why do you do sales? I'm come from serving, I didn't do sales. And I said, hey, you're right, but you're wrong. Can I tell you why? And they're like, well, what's up? I'm like, hey, so if you were a waitress and you didn't sell anything, would there be pay at the end of the week if you sold 0 dishes? Like, you just got a plate of full air. And they're like, no. And I'm like, cool, so you have to do what to the food? Sell it. I'm like, if not, you run on what? Shit like tips. You know, I'm like, can we agree tips and commission are kind of the same thing? Yeah. Can we agree?
Yeah.
So the better you are, the higher the tip?
Yeah.
It's not 100%.
It's not. Right, usually 15. That's what the average commission is. Isn't that funny? Right, they just named it something different, so no one ever thinks commissions are bad. Alright, so with that being said, okay, the way something about the way Jordan Belfort talks is something called the 3 10's. Has anybody seen that impact before? Raise your hand if you have. Cool. Okay. So what it is it talks about a lot about rebuttals, because Jordan Belfort was talking about this book, and once remind me if you already at this part. He's like, at the Stratton, which was his company, people were talking about, hey, Jordan, there's just so many rebuttals to get past. Anybody feel like that on a daily basis? It's okay. Raise your hand if you're seeing. Like, there's just so many rebuttals to remember. Okay, give me some of them. 5G, water, or light. Okay, what are they? Britta.
Tap.
Y'all said tap. Y'all said tap.
Yeah.
Reverse osmosis.
Yeah, we know. Just racked with that one, huh?
I have a
Okay,
filter on my
RO?
fridge.
Huh?
I have a filter on my fridge.
Filter. Okay. What else?
They like squid fiber.
Cow.
Flash spectrum.
Cow.
Google fiber.
Fiber.
Plastic.
Don't have the money.
What about plastic?
So like a lot of people is like, I
rebuttal
don't
that.
drink from plastic bottles, so it's like the fact that it's still in a plastic bottle, they don't want it.
They're like against plastic.
Yeah.
You know, have you heard about the BPA thing?
Yes, I have.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna go into it. Bundle.
He was about to rebuttal right
Don't
there.
He was.
Don't like wireless.
They don't like wireless?
That makes no
Oh,
sense.
don't trust the QR codes.
Bro, that one is hilarious.
No soliciting.
Yeah.
Cash out, baby.
I wait for my husband.
It was a scam.
Cows.
Like, why do we need a card on file for later?
Card?
Just straight,
Like,
bro.
whatever cards, yeah.
Cash app.
Skeptic about giving out their social.
Social.
Suspicions.
I'm like, stop playing with me. Get the
Okay, what else?
Wrong time.
Time?
The
Sorry, I can
brand.
only give out my credit card number from
Oh, yeah,
4 to
so-
5.
Yeah, like I only like Dasani, like the brand.
yeah.
Oh, we don't sell the right
Okay,
brand.
competitor.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
distractions can be a big part of it.
Yeah.
but the kids, man.
Dogs.
I'm a
yeah.
bigger distraction.
Dogs are a rebuttal, yeah.
Well, I mean, like, if you like.
Yeah, I feel that, hands down. What else?
They say it's too heavy.
Oh,
Too
yeah,
heavy?
too heavy.
Don't worry.
Maybe for Verizon doesn't understand how to plug things in, like install it.
Installation.
I don't know.
So they're dumb? No, I'm just kidding. Installation.
I have no space.
If they can't plug
Oh,
their
yeah,
box,
no
Or
space.
Verizon.
Bro, this is me negging out. I shouldn't, but this is me negging out, right? There's such thing as cancels on Verizon because the modem doesn't look pretty.
Oh,
What?
for real.
How does the modem look
Bro, that's a real thing. It's all white with a red check.
Just be like the color.
Hey, bro, I promise you, I've heard them all, bro. It's hilarious. They're hilarious.
That's crazy.
A white mouth.
It's like the
The dispenser don't fit. But we get the modem ain't pretty. Sure, it's hilarious. I promise you.
The light ugly.
Huh?
What's before installation?
Heavy.
No space.
Oh, I was like the third email.
Yeah, a lot of people say about space.
No space.
No
Well, I'm good. It's
Space.
Oh yeah, in their house.
I'm good. It's a
I have heard one
No,
that
it's
she
just
said that
nice.
she had she had a friend before, and she had an issue with mold, so they want to know like the cleaning process and like how to actually trust the cleaning process that it has, because they already had it before.
She needs to be more clean.
Dennis.
The answer off in between.
So what do I write?
So cleaning,
Hygiene.
hygiene,
Another
yeah.
one that I
that's
hear a
another
lot is
Like they do
Not
from
like the
Civic House.
dispenser at the end.
You know what?
They don't want to put the card on after the survey.
That-
It declined it.
Another one I hear a lot is like, where does the water come from?
Oh, yeah.
Where does the water come from?
Exactly.
Carolina.
Literally
Hey.
one spring.
I can't remember.
Where did the water babies were born? Where were the water babies born?
Origin.
I know one.
I only do.
That were Illuminati.
That was it. So scam. Cool. Now how many of these are actually duplicates? Let's get rid of the duplicates, okay?
Alright, yeah.
Can we say filter and run the same thing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, can we say what else?
Spectrum and fiber.
RO.
Spectrum and fiber all the same thing, so we
Yeah.
can label that down as a competitor.
Yeah.
Filter and RO, same thing. Okay, so tap RO. Plastic, bundle, wireless. Plastic is the same thing. No, let's go.
What about the hygiene and the
QR code and scam, same thing.
Cash App and card.
Cash App and card, same thing.
What about like the $50 before the cleaning, which is the hygiene? Does that make sense?
Or
No.
installation. Wouldn't that go with?
Wireless. Would that go with wireless?
Yeah, installation for wireless. Cool.
Yeah.
We know that.
Competitor
Well, it's
with
not-
the spectrum
so-
and fiber.
Oh yeah, competitor with spectrum and fiber. Yeah, so we can do a bundle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. What else?
Space.
Is there anything that? Not very many, right?
Space,
Alright, can
and, space and plastic, because you put the bottles outside.
No, we can leave them separate. People don't like plastic, people don't have space. No soliciting, scam, cows, card, origin, $50 fee, the hygiene, not interested, space, heavy. Oh, can we say, one was like not interested? No. The dogs.
Uninterested,
Can we say one that was like distracted?
Not interested. Oh yeah, there's
No, the dogs is the distraction.
Yeah, there's
Dogs and cows.
Boo and Alright, competitor, time, and social. Okay, so can we agree these are all different?
Yeah.
Can we agree for 2 campaigns? This is not a lot.
No.
You mean to tell me in the 40 talk dudes, every one you hear is the same? Can we agree at some point they're all the same?
Yeah.
A QR code, if you go to a scam, why should I have to put on my card? Why should I do this? Okay, this is why the 310s were invented. Because what Jordan Belfort agrees is that every rebuttal which you get can be categorized into 3 things. Okay? From on a 0 to a 10 scale, they are gonna measure you. From on a 0 to a 10 scale, they're gonna measure the product. And then from on a 0 to a 10 scale, they're gonna measure the company. Okay, now let's go through each rebuttal one more time, okay? Z, what's a rebuttal that pisses you off the most? That like your attitude goes all the way to the conference.
Well, I just drink tap, so I don't need that.
Okay, cool. Tap. Right? So, can we agree? Them saying that they would rather stay with the product, the way they get their water, is that they just do not like the product enough?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, I get rid of tap. RO, same thing, right? They don't like the
Yeah.
product? Cool. Plastic, they don't like the product. Wireless, they don't like the product. Right? Okay, now let's keep going. That's the thing, that's a
They don't
different one.
like nothing.
Alright, let's keep. Okay, scam, that's the thing. Cows, right there, card, social time. Competitor. Alright, let's keep going. I want to keep going. Dogs, no. Heavy.
They
don't like the product.
Okay, space.
They don't like the product.
Okay, they're not interested in.
They don't like the
Okay, they don't want to clean it because they're gonna stain themselves, so they don't like.
The product.
Okay. Alright, and then they don't know where the water was born, so they're skeptical of.
Product.
Okay, cool. So that one got rid of the product, okay? Now, let's talk about you, okay? Now, right here, I want you to write 6 seconds. Okay, 6 seconds. So on average, it takes 6 to 7 seconds for someone to judge if they like you or not. That is the best and the worst thing for some of us. Okay, right? So that means you really have to be energetic for 6 seconds. And then that other means for some people, y'all, after 6 seconds, y'all are screwed. Okay, because some of y'all, you can just smell the fake. Some of y'all are like, hi. Are you the queen of the castle? Oh my god. And then you're, bro, if someone opened my door, I'd be like, bro, you are faking it. Right? Okay, can we agree? How many of us genuinely fake the pitch? Okay? Make it your own. Make it your own. Some of y'all are like, what do y'all say the pitch? Like, I say, are you the king of the castle? Because I'm from Texas. I'm like, are you from Texas? They're like, no. I'm like, why are you saying that then? They're like, well, you say it. I'm like, yeah, because it's true for me. Right? So some of y'all like, y'all take duplication to a whole nother level. Okay? Make the pitch your own. You know what you have to say to stay compliant. Right? But you have to be genuine because you have 6 seconds for them to read the crap out of you. Because the best thing is you have 6 seconds and they have measured you on a 0 to 10 scale on every single one. Now the best thing is, how many of us have been like, I only drink Deer Park? How many of y'all get those customers? How many of y'all eyes light up like, boom. You're like, good, because that's all we sell. And then you just, and automatically, your energy's where? Automatically, everything you say is just what? Like, with how much enthusiasm?
Better.
You're sitting there like flipping a switch. Okay? Like your body language is on 10. Can we agree?
Yes.
And it's because these are actually related. Okay? So if someone comes out and they're like, I only drink Deer Park. Can we agree what's really high?
The product.
The company.
The company. Now can we agree it's the company? They're like, hey, I only drink Deer Park. How many of us are almost religious on the water we drink? I'm religious in that I will never drink Deer Park. I hate Deer Park. But I love, what's my favorite bottle of water? Essentia, bro. I love me some Essentia. Okay, now think about that. I am a big time on Essentia. So if someone comes up and they're like, hey, we're selling Essentia, immediately, what am I thinking about the product? It's really, really what?
High.
Because I love the company. So my at the company it's really, really what? High, right? It's probably at a 10 or 8 to 10, right? Agree?
Yeah.
Now, for somebody that loves Deer Park, now if they love the company, in their head they're rationalizing that, hey, I love this company, so they have to sell a good product. And if they have a great company and they have a great product, the quality of people they have representing their product, their product has to be what?
10.
Tell me somebody who has loved Deer Park but hated you. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen because if they love Deer Park, they love you. It is way easier to CPR when they love Deer Park or Nestle because they trust the company and the product so much that it's so much easier to start off really good in those 6 seconds. Agree?
Yeah.
That's and Caroline, you're asking the question of like, why don't we say Ready Refresh?
Yeah.
Okay, this is why, because some people know Deer Park and they don't know Ready Refresh.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the next thing, now think about it. Okay. Now if we're looking at you, looking at us as a person, okay, I've seen some pictures that y'all post on the chat at the door, bro. I promise you, y'all's pictures are still, but I could tell y'all's hands are like. And I'm like, I wanna like crawl through the phone and be like, hey, ease up, it's okay. Right? I wanna almost be like, hey, it's gonna be okay. They are just a person at the door, okay? They are just human, okay? Now think about it. If you're like, now I see this a lot, okay? Especially when you're at apartments, you're little dirty birds, okay? Y'all are like, hey, so what they're doing is, and y'all are just looking for golf carts.
FBI.
Oh, I hear them. Yeah, and you're like, so what they're doing? And you're like scooting closer to under the stairs. Okay? Where's the level of you with that customer? Bro, it's at a -4. I promise you, the people I've seen y'all pitch sometimes, and even it's become so habit, even in practice pitching, you're like, so what they're doing? And you have to look back for the golf carts, okay? They're not coming. You're safe, okay? All right. But think about it. If I'm pitching to somebody and somebody keeps looking back and looking around and looking at their surroundings, and they feel unsafe, what do you think I feel?
Unsafe.
So do you think now that means that I trust you? If this is a 5, what side is it on? It's definitely a low. Agreed?
Yeah.
So that is the reason why I think about there being zero soliciting. Can we agree if it was a great product, if I loved you, would I care if you were soliciting?
No.
I'll come up there and they're like, hey bro, I don't think you're supposed to be soliciting, so watch out, but I'm getting you. Anybody had that customer?
Yeah, I had.
Raise your hand if you had that customer, they're like, hey, you watch out, because there's like, I think there's some golf carts roaming around, and they almost like track it out for you.
Yeah.
You ever had that one customer that likes you so much, they're like, hey,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
girl down here, she needs the water.
Yeah.
Has anybody tell you that?
Yeah.
And you're
this-
just like, oh, thank you so much, girl.
The building
Appreciate
two down,
Don't
two
knock
from here.
it.
Yeah, they're like, hey, I wouldn't knock at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to save you.
Yeah.
I still knock. But what I'm saying, right? But what I'm saying is when the U's really good, can we agree? Do they really care about soliciting?
No.
Okay? When they love you so much, do they think it's a scam?
No.
Okay? When they love you so much, do they care about what kind of card they give you?
No.
Bro, I promise you.
They start
Okay?
looking for other
If I
cards.
went to the store, I don't know the exact amount, but I know roughly around what's on my bank account. Okay? I know that if I bring myself to the register, okay, I know if it's gonna accept or decline. So you think if you went spent 15 or 10 or 13 minutes with me, I'm giving you a card purposefully? Okay? How many of y'all have more than one card? Okay, so do you think they have more than one card?
Yeah.
So if they don't trust you, you've been talking about the product for 10 minutes. It's what we really think of this as a smoke screen. Okay, look through the smoke screen of rebuttals. Because what I'm telling you is saying, oh, I don't know my billing address. All that is a smoke screen for saying, hey, for the last 10 minutes you've been talking about this dispenser that they didn't want. They just want to be nice. They just want to be nice and tell you like, hey, I don't give a bleep about the product. This is my nice way of telling you to get off my property. Agreed?
Agreed.
So when people are like, hey, I keep getting card failures, I don't know what it is. Okay, I can tell you what it is. Is that this is really low, but you just won't take no for an answer. Okay? Get on my property. Okay? Right? And so think about it like this. If they really love the product, tell me what female's gonna wait for their husband to get home.
Not me.
Okay? How many of y'all are, bro, I promise you, if I love something a lot, in my head I'm like, ooh, she gonna love this. And I'm getting it. Not, oh, I should wait for her. Can we agree?
Yeah.
So if they love you a lot, we can get rid of cows, agree?
Agreed.
Great. People don't buy what you're selling, people buy why you're selling. Okay? So with your amount of confidence, with your amount of personality, with your amount of CPR, not just personality, with CPR, okay? What you hold important is what they hold important. So if you're like, so at the end of the service, there's a $50 clinic fee, but don't worry. We have a referral program. Okay, you're literally begging the person to not back out. In reality, you should just be like, hey, there's a $50 cleaning fee, but we have a pretty cool program. Anybody know that's thirsty? You know anyone? All right, you tell them to get the water, you get $100. So instead of spending 50, you make 50. Make sense? Cool. Hit yes, and you go to the next one. I've said that for me for a year. I've had one person back out from the $50 fee. One person, I'll be honest. I've had one person, they're like, wait, $50 fee, why? And I'm like, it's a referral program. And then that was it. That person, can we agree if they're already worried about how much they have to pay after canceling, should they even be a customer?
No.
No, right, so you shouldn't lose your attitude over that, okay? Alright. Now, company. How many of you are like, I can be honest, okay, I've been in the field. How many of you are like, do you know what Nestle does? How many of you had that? Raise your hand if you had that company. That customer, okay? I've had it too. Bro, I thought I would get away from it with Verizon, and they're like, you work for Verizon? And they're like, have a Spectrum hat on.
You seen my phone bill?
And they're like, and then boom. The worst part about Verizon is they've been around longer, so they have customers that are pissed from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay? So it doesn't end, okay? Can we agree? What side are they on? On the 0 through 10 scale for a company? Below a 5, right? So if they're already mad at the company, what automatically lowers as well? You. Okay, so the best thing is that they're related. Right? So knowing this, if they have a problem with the company, should we lose our attitude if they say no?
No.
No. It's just a smoke screen, okay? And for telling you, hey, I'm fine with Spectrum. Okay, I'm fine with, no, I only drink Dasani. No one really just drinks Dasani. First off, it's terrible. Second, right, the Dasani's bad. Stop it. Okay? Anyways. Right, can we agree when they love the company, they're going to switch over from anything?
Yeah.
Okay, what's up?
So yeah, so like I also just have people who get like really confused when I say Deer Park and Nestle. When I say Nestle, they immediately go to like chocolate, like you're selling chocolate. Like I have got that at so many doors when people actually thought I was selling chocolate. So how do you come back that?
Now they sell water too.
So hey, you know Nestle and Deer Park, like the water bottle company?
Right, I do that, and it's
See,
like
you're probably speaking in cursive.
okay.
Right, it's okay to like re-repeat something. Right, I've had that too. They're like, hey, you know Nestle and Deer Park? And they're like, yeah, I know Spectrum. And I'm like, Nestle and Deer Park? And they're like, yeah, what about internet? And I'm like, hey, Nestle and Deer Park, you know, like the water bottles, like the ones you drink. And they're like, oh, sorry, I thought it was this. And I'm like, you have to say it, but the customer only hears half of what you say. That's why you say no contract 17 bajillion times. Because then that means they hear it twice.
So can you also say like Pure Life? Because I divert to just saying like, you know, like Pure Life.
Hey, you know Nestle Pure Life and Deer Park, like the water bottles?
Yeah.
Like the ones you drink from, like the ones you unscrew and drink? I've had to get that simple with people.
Okay.
Like the ones you buy in the case? Yeah, those, they're coming.
You use the QR picture. You know these guys?
Yeah, oh my gosh. With language barriers, I'm pointing at the picture. I'm like, hey, you know this? Look. Right, you had to get like that. Hey, you know the towers? That's exactly how they look. Okay, but think about it right now. Now, the U also gets rid of the social. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say. If they trust you, then nobody questions why you give them the social.
Yep.
Okay?
You tell them why.
Now, people like you, how many of y'all have spent, and y'all probably shouldn't have, you little dirty birds, but who spent more than 20 minutes with the customer? Okay? Don't. Okay? Don't, first off. Okay? Does not take y'all long to complete a sale. I don't care. I've been to the field. I know it's most like 90% of the time, it's our fault. 10% is their fault. 10% they have a brick for a phone. Okay, I get it. Okay? But can we agree? If they like you enough, do they care how much time you're taking? No. If they don't like you, they always got someplace to be. It's 3 a.m. and I mean it's 3 p.m. and they're like, oh, I gotta go feed my kids, and then they get off in the car and drive off. Anybody have those people?
No babies.
Anybody have people like, hey, can you come back in 10 minutes? And you come back in 8 minutes and their car's driving off? Yeah, they plan that, bro.
Jehovah's Witness.
Okay. I've had multiple people be like, hey, okay, let me just put my dogs up. How many of y'all have had those customers?
They never come back.
Come back out.
His wife was out of town, and when I walked out, she came.
Yeah, bro, you get into the craziest things, okay? If they like you enough, they're gonna put their dogs up, agree? When they have company over, do you think they put their dogs up?
Yeah.
You're a company. Now, if you're unwanted company, the dog's staying out. They're like, oh, what? I can't, I door closed. Agree?
Agreed.
Cool. So all of this, whatever rebuttal you get, it is a smoke screen, okay? Label it down into these three. Okay? Now the problem is most of y'all have a really good conversation with someone, and y'all are chalking it up, and y'all are having a blast, and then you say like, hey, so what car do you use? They're like, oh, I don't really want it. How many of y'all have that customer? Okay? This is why. Now, if you had a really good conversation with them, what was really high? You, right? Can we agree? It was like probably like a 9-ish.
Yeah.
Agree? Think about that one customer. I had it too. Okay. Now, when they like you a lot and you're talking about stuff that is not the product, what is slowly dropping?
The product.
And
The company.
so this is getting below an 8. The goal is to close your customer whenever you're above an 8 on all three. That is when you close. What's up?
What does it mean to close them?
What it means to close is ask for what?
Card.
The card.
Hey, cards are social.
Okay, ask for the email for the social. Right? Ask for the social. Okay? The thing is so many of y'all talk yourselves out of sales. Holy smoke. You do not have to ask for the card when it says card number. Okay? How many of y'all, when y'all get in the line in a drive-thru, already have your card ready before you pull up? You want to have that. I have a rotator belt. I have a Chick-fil-A drive-thru going through my sales. Okay? When you come up, you better have your card ready. Okay? Because whenever I feel like they're closed on all three, I'm like, hey, do you know what card you're gonna put for the billing address? Is the billing the same as the mailing? All right, cool. I'm saying that on the jugs if they're closed.
Some people immediately just go get it.
Some people immediately go get it. Now it's because, yeah, I'll be, whenever I feel like they're closed, whatever excites you the most, I'm closing. Right? I'm like, hey, some people I've closed like mostly moms who have to carry cases on the 3rd floor, usually on the frequency page. And I'm like, hey, just make sure to put your jugs outside, because when they go ahead and come up and they switch them out, they're gonna switch them out right at your door, so you're no more carrying cases. They're like, oh my god, thank you so much. I'm like, yeah, all they're gonna need is a card. Is the billing the same as here? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. Is it saved on here? They're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. I can fly through the rest then. And that's how my sales take 2 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Because if they're closed, can we agree they're gonna find out everything else when they need to?
Yeah.
So I'm flying through the rest of it. What's up?
So like, my biggest thing would be finding the balance, because I have like customers that immediately go get the card, they don't care about nothing I'm saying, and a lot of times they just tone me out anyway, and they just want to get to the card. So knowing like when to speed through and how to slow down, so I know like on the survey you have to slow down, but just knowing like that balance between speeding up because you know that's already yourself, but parts to slow down.
Are they closed? That's how you balance it, right? Are they closed? Like, do they know? Are they sitting there with your card? If they're sitting there with the card, I'm like, hey, there's $8 for delivery, $50 if you cancel the referral program. Make sure to put your drugs outside. Hey, how big's my forehead on a scale of 1 to 5? Ready? Cool, 5. All right.
10.
Right, and I'm sitting there and I'm going through the survey, but can we agree? I don't care about if I love the service. I did not care that there's a $50 referral fee because I was never going to cancel. And I'm like, hey, there's a $50 fee, but you're not going to cancel, right? I used to say that. I'm like, yeah, there's a $50 cleaning fee, but you ain't going to cancel. You're straight. And I would talk like that with my customers, bro. Like, we gotta be like that. I'm like thinking about it. I remember rereading this on The Way of the Wolf, and I'm like, why am I making Verizon so hard? I'm like, yo, bro, we're upgrading your internet. It's faster. You're getting it cheaper. What you spending right now? 90. Cool. We're dropping it down to 70. What's your social? And they're like, hey, bro, you're pretty cool. You made it so simple. I'm like, it's a job.
So like with water in general, I don't know. They have like when they get to the $50, if you don't want, and they say like they're a little iffy on that. Does that mean they're like not a quality customer, or is that you should like probably?
That means you're harping on it too much.
Oh, okay.
Like, record yourself and send it to me or Alexis. I promise you, it's the way you're wording it.
Okay.
Because I'm like, hey, so the problem is some of us say fee, contract, or like warranties and all these big words that make them sound sales. Me, I'm like, hey, if you ever have to close your account, there's a $50 cleaning. Okay, but don't worry, because they have a referral program. Boom, boom, boom. Instead of spending 50, you make 50. And they're like, all right. Every time, 99% of the time, I'm like, all right. I'm like, cool.
You like making money?
You like making money? You know anybody that's thirsty?
Me too.
I would just challenge you on the way you're saying the survey.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I always hear. That's what I notice.
Sure.
And it's probably because you want to be really thorough, which we appreciate.
Okay. But they don't.
But they just want to get their card in and just list. Think about it. Like nobody's at aisle 12 of Costco right now, and when they grab the pack of Dasani, right? They're like, hey, before you grab that, do you know the pH? Do you know how much each bottle weighs?
Do you know it has magnesium sulfate in it?
Right? Like, do you know how much each? Do you know those caps kill this many turtles? Like, no, there's no one saying that. You just grab the cases and you go and scan. Right? And your goal is to be the register. It never says, hey, are you sure $348 per case is okay? No, it says confirmed total, $348. And you hit the green button and you put your card in.
Cashier be like, give me.
I'm like, yo, it's $16, $20 plus a refundable deposit you get back when you reclose your account. Make sense? After that, it's $3 a month plus any water you want delivered.
Okay.
Any questions? And they're like, nope. I'm like, all right, cool. Debit or credit? Because you just gotta make it that simple. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Cool. I made it a little bit longer because I feel like we're struggling with rebuttals. How many of us were struggling with rebuttals? I know it's a little bit longer. It's okay. Okay, my meeting's really short. So, where's my clock?